After a rocky start here, guys, the Rams showed their resilience by coming from behind to defeat the Ravens on the road. You had OBJ just punching dudes in the butt, and Matt Stafford was overcoming 2 early interceptions. So LA has won 5 straight all of a sudden. The team is plus 850 to win it all. How you feeling about the Rams' chances, Geoff?
I mean, not that great. You look at the NFC. I mean, I don't know how you can pick the Rams over. Like, how do you pick the Rams out of the Packers, Bucks, and Cowboys, and even like the Cardinals kind of grouping? I don't think there's anything that the Rams necessarily do that makes them like the clear choice there. I mean, if you're looking at the conference odds, I mean, and let's not forget, like the Rams don't even have their division wrapped up here. So you're basically kind of buying them at the peak. They still have to beat a good San Francisco team next week and like, you know, try and make sure that Arizona doesn't sneak it past them. So they're not even in the top position. Like, they're not locked in there. If they were, it would be a bit of a different story. But I'm not sure how you take them at plus 400 to win the division versus, say, the Bucks, or to win the conference, excuse me, versus, say, the Bucks or Cowboys. I just see the Rams as being like, you know, they've got Matthew Stafford. Yeah, they can get flashy on offense, but they allow a lot of points, and they've got some bad losses on their record this year. I mean, much like the guys were talking about Tennessee, they're not sure if they're a good team. I kind of feel the same way with the Rams. Like, the Rams are good, but I just don't think that they're clear head and shoulders above any of the other teams in the NFC for me to want to take them. Okay, Matt, what do you think here, man? That was a week after a grueling stretch. It featured 4 games here in 21 days, all of them victories despite injuries and COVID-19 issues. So have the Rams showed you enough like resilience here to potentially bet them to win the whole thing?
I'm on the same page because I think before this stretch, everyone was down on the Rams, and to say that they were in the mix to win the Super Bowl would have been nuts. Like, I don't think anyone really thought that they had what it took at that point. And now, after playing well for a month, I think they're just right back in it with everyone else. So the Packers are the rightful favorite. And then after them, I do think it's kind of just a toss-up between everyone else. And the Rams are second in odds. So I just think that's just where they deserve to be. I think I'd probably rather take a little bit longer odds on the Cowboys. I do think the Rams have a better shot than Tampa Bay right now, just with all the receivers that Tampa's missing, and it clearly is affecting them. Maybe Mike Evans gets back to 100%, and that's enough for Brady. But I think it makes sense the Rams are the second favorite in the NFC. Maybe I'd put the Cowboys ahead, but like, they're in the mix. I'm not especially excited about them, so I know this is like kind of lukewarm take, but I think the Rams are all right, and they do have a chance. All right, Pearce, Rams certainly rank among the hottest teams in the NFL right now, but we know they're far from flawless. We kind of saw some of that yesterday.
I don't know if being hot in the NFL really says much when we look at some of these watered-down teams. I mean, if the Titans are the best team in the AFC, if half the league is led by the Titans, that's not a good look. And so if you're winning a bunch of games recently, I guess they're winning. That's great. They have looked shaky, as Geoff has mentioned, but the NFC is the real deal. There's too many good teams for the Rams to get through there. If the Rams were in the AFC, yeah, I would take plus 900 in a second. We would all guarantee them as locked to be in the Super Bowl, but they've got to get through some really good teams that all can get better. The Rams could improve, or they could get worse. Same could be said for all the teams that were mentioned, like the Cardinals and the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. I trust those teams a lot more. What this Rams team feels like to me is a lot like those Andy Dalton Bengals teams that had a lot of weapons on offense, defense, and would look really great one moment and then just lay eggs and then go into the playoffs and be duds. And we've seen that from Stafford before, 0-3 in the playoffs. I would not be surprised to see him just not live up to the stage.